I know this week has been all about Samsung launches with the S22 lineup, but I'm still in a honeymoon phase with the Pixel 6 Pro. It's been just over 3 weeks now and it's been mostly good. Actually, it's been excellent. And I'm still trying to find major issues with this device. It's really very good, but is it too good to be true? This is another video that is sponsored by my viewers, so your support is what makes this video possible. So thank you for allowing me to go and buy these devices and try them out for you. It is a beautiful device, but there are some things that I wish were better. Some of the issues I found I think can be fixed with software updates, and some of it I think we're gonna have to wait for the Pixel 7. Starting off with the design, I can't get over how comfortable this device is to use. I've been using the iPhone 13 Pro Max and before that the S21 Ultra for pretty much half of last year. Out of all of the devices, the Pixel 6 Pro is by far the most comfortable phone to use. And I'm not talking just about ergonomically comfortable. A great example of how comfortable this device is to use and how easy it is to use is the fact that I'm talking to the phone right now whilst writing this script. The script for this video has about 2,000 words in it and I dictated the whole lot using this phone. But that's really impressive, it saves me so much time. I've never seen anything like this. Apple are great for the relationship between the Apple devices and the ecosystem, but when it comes to a single device being smart, it's a smartphone after all, right? I would go as far as saying that this is a true assistant. It learns from you, it automatically corrects and helps you stay on top of things quite seamlessly. Google don't seem to be cutting corners on this device when it comes to the design, but it's not perfect. But before we talk about issues, let's talk about the performance a little bit.
All things must pass, but I'm not gonna wake up, I'm not ready, let me have another day, don't wake up, keep it steady.
This is a new chip from Google. It's the Tensor chip. I have to say, using this phone on a daily basis has been an absolute pleasure. I did try some gaming and you probably know from other YouTubers that the game we all go to is Genshin Impact. This game has melted the 12 Pro Max for me and made the 13 Pro Max really hot as well and dropped frames. The S21 Ultra was probably the only phone that I've tried so far that was able to really keep up with that game without major issues. And as you can see here, there is absolutely no problem playing this game. Let me know down in the comments if I should be trying something else to make this phone struggle, but as far as I can tell, this copes with anything when it comes to gaming. What about standard phone calls and long Zoom team meetings, kind of Bluetooth performance type of things? One of the things that a lot of the reviewers out there forget to talk about when it comes to phones in general is how good it is from a reception perspective, right? The mobile signal reception. At the end of the day, it is a phone and you probably care about the fact that you want to be able to call people and run long meetings using this phone. The good news is that as far as I can tell, this phone really handles long calls, no problem, really decent quality as well on the phone call. And we'll talk about the battery performance in a bit. But when it comes to the audio quality of the calls and the video quality for like conference calls, there are a couple of things that I noticed. Depending on the earbuds that I'm using, I really notice a difference in quality, and I'm not sure if this is because of the Bluetooth quality of the earbuds themselves or if it's related to the Tensor chip or something to do with the phone itself. The audio quality coming straight out of the phone is really good. In some situations you can even get that sort of binaural aspect, maybe I'm hearing things here, but is that nice and stereo feel to it, very nice and clear too. And talking about clarity, there is a problem.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right?
The front-facing camera, even in good lighting, has this grainy thing going on. I don't know where this is coming from. It's usually something that you see in very low light situations in other phones, but the Pixel 6 Pro seems to be showing this grainy thing even in decent lighting. And I know that this grain doesn't always come through in the final video when you watch it back, but it's a little bit off-putting to see it when you're recording it. And since we're talking about the cameras, let's move to the back of the phone where the main camera module is. I've had a very mixed experience so far. This phone produces incredible photographs, right? And as I covered in my previous video, it sometimes produces better photos than the iPhone. But I've had some really inconsistent photos being taken by this device, which really bugs me, you know. For example, when you take portrait shots, these were handheld shots that I've taken in fairly decent light, right, daylight, and you can see here side-by-side comparison with the iPhone, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max here seems to have done a much better job. When I asked my community on Twitter, it seems that I'm not the only one seeing this inconsistency, but mostly people are sharing amazing photographs that they took in portrait mode. Maybe I just need a little bit more time to really see what's going on here. Am I saying that the iPhone is perfect for this sort of situation? No, I have seen crappy portrait shots before on the iPhone as well, but it's very rare. I know you may not care about this, and let's face it, we're comparing this with a device here, you know, the iPhone 13 Pro Max that has done a great job for a long time when it comes to videos. The iPhone 13 is probably one of the best smartphones out there for videos, full stop. I'm not talking about cinematic mode and using third-party apps or anything like that, just straight up point and shoot videos. The iPhone does a fantastic job pretty much in every situation. The Pixel is also incredible for video, but when you put it against the iPhone 13, it just starts to show a little bit of a weakness on the Pixel side. It's not terrible by any means, and let's be honest here, most of these videos today are kind of, you know, being watched on a smartphone itself or shared on social media. It's very rare that you would blow up a video on a large screen and try and enjoy it on in your living room, on your telly. And this is where I have to apply my pragmatic approach here. The video is more than good enough. If you're a professional though and you want to use this video for more than simply sharing on socials and watching it on your mobile, then maybe the iPhone is the better choice for you. And since we're talking about the iPhone, let's talk about the battery life for a bit. You probably thought I was going to say that this device is rubbish when it comes to battery, right? For me, it's actually pretty decent. I haven't completely moved to the Pixel, you know, I'm not using this phone as my main device right now. I'm still using my iPhone. But for the last 3 weeks, I have been trying to use this phone more and more. And I've had a few days where I have used the Pixel almost exclusively. More importantly, I'm using the Pixel for a lot of the battery hungry activities like, you know, watching content because I'm really testing the screen, having it on full brightness when I'm doing that, playing games. I've had issues with battery before from other devices, but from what I can tell right now, the Pixel 6 Pro will last all day. The iPhone and the S21 Ultra, for example, do go into the following day, and I probably get to lunchtime on those devices, but I actually quite enjoy just leaving the phone to charge overnight anyway, so lasting all day is all it matters for me. You know, it doesn't need to go into the next day. And just to be clear, I'm only using the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the S21 Ultra to draw a comparison here, but really, deep down, I think the Pixel does deserve to be considered a flagship device of great quality on its own merit. Yes, Google seemed to be cocking things up a little bit with the software updates, but you know, I've learned throughout the years that these things do take time to bed in. It's unfortunate that Google don't seem to be getting the software updates right for this device right now, and it's a real shame because I've heard from people in my comment section that they're actually turning away from Pixel just because of those bugs, those annoying software updates that Google don't seem to get right. But if you're patient and you see these software issues as what they are, just software issues, they will get resolved, then the Pixel could be the best phone of the year for me. And I'll see you and your smiling faces on the next one.